feel like I'm losing my mind, 'cause everybody in the world's mine. Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign.
All right, welcome back to another video, ladies and gents. We're going to finish up a customer vehicle today. We got a 2004 Chevy Silverado 1500 single cab, short box, 5.3 4L60. This customer brought it in for a failed 4L60, so hit up Chris at Extreme Automatics, got him a heavy duty 4L60 for it, and at the same time he wanted me to put a camshaft in it, but we were going to do it later. Well, turned out when I got the tranny out, it was leaking oil from the oil pan gasket, so figured, well, let's just rip the motor out, let's do everything now. So I've gone through, re-gasketed the whole engine. It has a Texas Speed Chopacabra cam kit in it. So push rods, valve springs. We did the trunnion upgrade, brand new oil pump, Sac City billet, oil barbell. Pretty much done all the good upgrades, resealed the whole engine. Every gasket's brand new in it. But what we're going to do now is we're going to try to finish this up. All I have left to do is put exhaust on it, and I had him hit up Speed Engineering, and we got one of their exhaust kits. So this is 1 3/4 long tube headers with their matching Y pipe. And while we're at it, which is in this box, I had him get the full single exhaust. So this is all going to be 3-inch. Not sure how it's going to sound, but I think it should sound pretty good with the long tubes versus, you know, the factory manifolds and stuff. So what we're going to do is we're going to get this unboxed, and then we're going to start installing the long tubes and the rest of the exhaust. All right, so let's dig into here. This should be the matching Y. I've already kind of looked at some of this stuff. And then here are our long tubes. Not using those. Those are junk. But yeah, pretty decent quality. I mean, actually not even really decent. It's actually pretty damn good quality for, you know, cheaper line of parts. We'll see how well the fitment is. We may have to do some adjusting on some stuff, which isn't a big deal, but this does save a lot of money. All right, so I got the headers and the Y pipe pulled out of the box. I already see an issue with O2 sensor bung placement. This would be the passenger side header, and as you can see, that's pointed. It's gonna be pointed right at the frame rail. So I'm gonna have to probably test fit this and try to test fit the O2 sensor to see if that's even gonna work. If not, I'll have to probably wait till tomorrow to get a O2 sensor bung to be able to move it to probably here, and then we'll just have to plug this one off. And then same thing with this one. I don't know if this location is going to work in relation to possibly the dry shaft, but I don't know until I get it in there. But yeah, definitely O2 sensor bung placement is not ideal. The Y pipe looks pretty decent. Welds are pretty good. Slip fit. I got all the clamps and everything right there. So I guess next step is going to be test fitting these to see where these are going to end up. Okay, so got the headers in with the Y pipe. Everything seems to clear. I had to make this not an oval to get this to slide over this header tube. Looking at our O2 sensor position, this one looks like it's fine. Nowhere near the drive line. Looks like it should clear the exhaust. This one got plenty of room. I thought this was a lot closer to the frame, but we're good there. So far, everything seems to be fitting good. I do have this heat shield right there that I need to bend down after I pull this header out. And then I need to move these transmission lines because currently they're laying right on the header. So I need to bend those in after I pull this header back out. Other than that, everything seems to be looking good, fitting decent. That almost fell over. So yeah, I'll pull everything back out, get all that bent and moved, and then we'll bolt these headers in permanently and get the Y pipe in, and then we'll unbox the rear section and start putting the rest of it on. Okay, as you can tell, now it's dark. But got the long tubes in, all the exhaust is done to the back. We're already going to run into a huge issue here, and I'm sure you guys are going to spot it immediately. So I got the nice looking tailpipe. And then as you can already see, that's going to be a problem. This truck has been lowered and axle flipped. So it's that close with it drooping. As soon as I put it on the ground, it is going to be hitting. So going to have to figure that one out. Might have to modify this tailpipe assembly and get it to go closer to the bed, which as you can see, there's a lot of room up there. So I might have to do some change in there to get it to work, but I also have to fix whoever did this axle flip, because whoever did it did not know what they're doing. As you can see, that's not right. That's not right. This whole axle is pushed back because it's not even centered on that pin on that block, and that's not even the right block to do this. So we need to order a kit to fix that, but that's beside the point. But definitely going to run into an issue with this tailpipe. Everything looks nice. Everything clears. Everything's all nice and tight. Got the O2 sensors in. Kind of excited to hear what this sounds like. I'm going to start it with the tailpipe because I want to hear it with the tailpipe, but I'll have to, like I said, probably take the tailpipe back off to put the turn down on it so I can at least move it. And then once I get the axle flip fixed with the correct kit, then we'll probably have to modify the tailpipe to get it to clear. I'll have to put it on the other hoist to be able to do that, so that way I know how much room I have. But we're going to lower it down, and I think I'm going to finish doing my base map for this, which I already have the engine side done. Just need to do the trans side with HP tuners, and then we'll buy a couple credits, flash the tune in, and we should be able to start this guy. So I'll be right back with you here in a few.
One eternity later.
Okay, so it is the next day. HP tuners decided to take 5 years to send me my 2 credits to be able to unlock this PCM. So what we are in the process now, which I know is going to be kind of annoying to listen to, we are getting ready to flash over my base map right now. So as you can see, it's getting ready to erase the factory file and put in my base map. And from there, we'll fire up the scanner and make sure there's no check engine codes for anything, and then we'll fire it. So I'll be right back with you here in a couple seconds. Looks like it's just about done with the flash. All right, so I got the scanner pulled up. It's already, tune's already flashed in. We will connect to the truck, start scanning. Yeah, looks like we got data there. Let's go and we'll check our codes. Got no codes, so that's good. I think our oil pressure sensor is shot. 130 psi. Yeah, we're gonna have to replace that sensor, so that's kind of crappy because it's in a crappy spot. But all right, let's check it out, see what this old girl sounds like. Fired right up. How awesome is that? Oh, start to hear it starting to chop. Yes, sir, starting to chop. Got a few of those long tubes from up front. Those are going to look pretty once they get some color in them. So once this warms up, I'll fire the camera back up so we can get a hot idle clip. All right, so now we got some temp in her. This is the warm idle here. I still have to do some playing with the over-under idle speed correction because the timing's swinging pretty hard, and I don't really like it when the timing is swinging that hard. But we'll give it a couple revs here. Ooh, we need some gas in this baby. comes down to idle really nice. I say we're doing pretty good. Coolant temp's up to 181. Closed loop. Yeah, you can just see that, you know, the timing, it's jumping pretty hard. I just need to adjust the over-under idle speed correction to kind of mellow that out so it's not jumping as hard. Seems like it goes into gear. Stall's loose enough that you can still hear it chopping, which is exactly what I wanted. So I don't know, like, I know Texas Speed says the Chopacabra works with stock converters, so does BTR with their truck Norris, but in my opinion, and take this with a grain of salt, I think these trucks still need a converter, because to me, you spend all this money to put this camshaft in here to get that sound, and then you put it in drive and it sounds stock. What's the point? I want to hear it all the time, and I know our customers are going to want the same thing. See, it's in gear, you still hear it. That's what we want. We want it in gear to hear it all the time. So I'm gonna do a few more things and we'll come back to finish up this video. All right, so the Silverado is done and we're gonna finish up this video. Got the tailpipe put in, got the axle flip put on, everything's working good. Got clearance. Had to cut the tailpipe and modify it, but it's coming out in the perfect spot. I just had to cut it back here and turn it up and then re-welded it. Everything sounds good, everything's working good. Only issue is we are out of injector, which I had a feeling we were gonna be. So what he's gonna do is he's gonna take it home. I have the shift RPM limit for wide open set pretty low at 5,200 to get him by until he can recoup some funds from all of this nonsense. And we'll put some bigger injectors in it and then bring it back, and we'll turn it back up to 6,400, which is where I'd like it to be shifting at. And then we'll get the rest of the tuning dialed in. It's good. It's good now. Like, it's really good. I know it's safe. It's only got 23 degrees of timing in it. It will probably take like another 2-3 degrees more timing. We'll fire this thing up so you guys can hear it. Oh, find the keys. Yeah, she sounds good. I'm pretty impressed with how this Speed engineering system sounds. Any of you guys are in the market for an exhaust system for your Silverado, you know, don't hesitate to look at these guys. Like, I know it's a cheap kit, but it sounds good, fits good.
It's a house full of Chebbies now.
Chevy.
Chebbies.
Look at you, Chevy.
That's a different kind of Chevy.
So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I know it's a little bit different of a video than normal, so make sure to keep your eyes peeled for the next one. I don't know what we're doing next. I think that one right there, Capri. Finish this guy up, get that guy on the road, so that way we can move on to the Fox and see what the hell I hurt in it.
Put brake in that poor car.
I was waiting for it. So anyways, we'll see you guys in the next video. Make sure to stay crazy. And goodbye. Say goodbye to the viewers.
Goodbye.
I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign.